And the only other thing, the only other thing is I need a headset. And so one of these headsets just put the feed over that. Over this. All I need is one. All I need is like that.
You got it.
That's it.
You got it. Wait 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, JT.
To the JT the Brick Show, where the Raider Nation has come to sound off and react for over 20 years.
It's time for JT the Brick.
The off-season is about content that is productive. Modelo played pretty well last year. He's a quarterback who's serviceable. There's no better player who plays with heart and passion and speed than Max Crosby. Wait till you see him this upcoming season.
JT the Brick.
I love the addition of Jack Jones. All the players in Oklahoma City will be a great addition for this team moving forward.
And now, here's JT the Brick.
Out of the gate, JT live from WSKY Stadium, right across from Allegiant Stadium. Great crowd here as the super fans are here. Our Black Hole fans are here. The Raider Nation is here. And this is going to be good. This is going to be good. We got an unbelievable location, a great sports bar. A lot of friends coming out today, and we are here for the home opener for the Silver and Black as they get set to take on the Carolina Panthers this Sunday, right across the street, literally walking distance right here as the Raider Nation's got a place to party now. They opened up this unbelievable bar, WSKY, right on Polaris, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours. We got great guests calling in. We have some of the super fans who are going to join us, and we want to hear from you. And it's a fast-paced show today, brought to you by Modelo. As I'm wearing my Modelo shirt today, we want to thank Modelo as we begin. Modelo, our proud partner, as we roll on through and get you going for what should be a great weekend here, man. A lot of thunder. Woke me up this morning, man. Thunder at 6 in the morning on the main streets of Summerlin, Nevada, and I got here a little while ago. Easy to park, free parking at WSKY, so you can park in the building. Come on in and try to get here if you can for lunch, because we got a really good crowd here. Violators here, Senor, Eddie Ray, look at this. The whole crew is here. We love it. And Gorilla Rilla, my longtime friend, Jungle Jane, the whole crew, Cisco Kid, Stoner Dude, all of our friends, and it's going to be great all day. So come on out. We got a nice, vibrant crowd watching this. We'll show you the crowd in a little bit. On YouTube at JT the Brick YT. We had a great week on YouTube as they launched this show on Wednesday, and it's up on Raiders.com. It's called Raiders Rundown, and you can see that there and see what we're doing. All right, let's get to work on what has to happen here for the Raiders to win this game. We're totally immersed in the game plan now. If you want to call in, 702-365-9200. I need a focus on how the Raiders win this game. As I said, this is a wounded Panther that's coming in. A wounded animal. They made the biggest news of the entire week. The number one story in the NFL was the benching of Bryce Young, the young quarterback who feels like a rookie, but he's in his second year. He was the number one selection 2 drafts ago. I believe the Panthers bailed on him too early. I think they bailed on him too early. You don't bail on him coming into Las Vegas. So they might have ruined him within that organization. You give the guy 5 or 6 games, you let him play, let him start off the season. After 5 games, if it's not working, then you bail on him. Why did Dave Canales and the owner, David Tafur, decide to mentally ruin this kid who played at Alabama and won a national championship for Nick Saban and ruin him mentally coming to Las Vegas? for the first time in his career. They did it because they want to beat the Raiders. They did it because they want to save their season with this game. Thank you for the Modelo. The Modelos are flowing. The Modelos are flowing. They start right now. Got it. God, that is an ice cold Modelo. Unbelievable ice cold Modelo as we're doing this. All right. So Bobby says we're a little bit distorted. So we'll lower this here a little bit, Bobby. Okay.
More.
All right. Calm down. We will do this, Bobby. Not our first rodeo. And we'll turn this down a bit. All right. There we go. Is that better, Bobby?
A little, yeah.
Okay, a little
More.
bit. Okay, more. We'll turn it down a little bit. All right. So I think that the Panthers ended up making this decision because they wanted to win this game desperately and save their season. But I think they did it at the cost of ruining a young man that is probably going to be a real good player in this league. You can't judge a player this young in his career who plays for a bad organization, for a bad owner, and a team that has ruined a lot of other quarterbacks in the past. Look at the play of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, how they're playing now. They're arguably two of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they played at Carolina. So I think when you look at what happened here to start this off, that we were in a situation here, we were planning on playing Bryce Young and planning on winning the game. Now Andy Dalton comes in the Red Rocket. He's won a lot of games in this league and is a very good player. But he hasn't played much. So I think what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to make this game a shorter game. They're going to try to run the ball and get their running game going. And then they're going to try to get Andy Dalton going on third down. And on third down, they're going to try to put Andy Dalton into 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. And I think they're going to throw a lot of short passes, a lot of really short passes, some slant routes. And after that, you're going to see this team trying to move the chains and keep the Raiders on the sideline. We don't know if they're going to do it or not. We'll see how that plays out. Secondly, for the Raiders have to decide what they want to do on offense. There have been 8 quarters played this year, and the Raiders haven't shown up for 6 of them. So the majority of the season, the Raider offense has been dead on arrival. I don't look at stats the first couple of weeks of the season because I think they're trends in week 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Then they become stats that I look at. But I'm going to give you one stat because I'm trying to get all the negativity out of the show early. The Raiders are dead last in the NFL with 98 total yards rushing. That is 32nd in the league. They're the only team in the NFL averaging under 50 yards a game, 49. Second to last on that list is the Rams at 68 yards a game. For the Raiders, being dead last in anything is a really big concern for me. So we can do 2 things here. We can embrace this topic today and get to the bottom of it, or we can push it off for a week or 2 and just go 4 wide and throw the ball. Whatever you want to do, because this running game has to be fixed or the Raiders will be competitive. They'll win a few games this year, but they got to fix this running game. And I think that's going to be the priority as we get going with Carolina. They have got to get Zeus or Alexander Madison going. These guys have to have a monster game, and they have to play well in the first quarter. If they're able to establish the run, everything changes for the Silver and Black. So I'm encouraged by what I saw in the final quarter in Baltimore when they decided to pass the ball and take off and go 4 wide and get Bowers and Devontae going. But in this game, Luke Getsy, who spoke yesterday, has got to figure out what's going on with the chemistry up front with the offensive line.
Yeah, and we're early in this process, right? You got a new group of guys playing together. You got a new system in there, and it's the start of a new season. And so I think, I think it's just all about getting better every single day and feeling more confident about what you're going to do and getting to learn each other, getting to play with each other. Colton missing all that time he hasn't got to go next to. Left guard and have that communication stuff. That's huge, or a tight end, So I think all that stuff's really big, the communication part of it. We're just going to keep getting better at it. We believe in the process, and we're going to continue to work through that.
Yes, so that'll happen there. They're going to work on this. It's going to be a point of emphasis for Luke Getsy to get the offensive line going, which is very important. But for Getsy, he gave us a couple of clues on what happens now. I don't think the Raiders have been really good with their snap count. I think they've been very predictable on when they're going to hand off, starting a running back 7 yards deep and running it into the pile. Maybe they're going to change it playing at home in front of the home fans to try to get going a little bit faster with the running game.
that's the coolest part about the NFL. You get into these really cool environments, and we feel it on the road sometimes when the Raiders fans they've been killing it. These road trips, you feel those moments, and you can those just help, right? As much as you can get the defensive line the opportunity to get off the rock before the offensive line, that's really the game. Anytime a one in the line of scrimmage, like that noise alone can be a factor as far as who wins that line of scrimmage in a run play or a pass protection play.
All right, so that's really important here in the home crowd, maybe establish the running game. We're talking to these Raider fans who are here. Everybody wants to keep that offense going. Everybody wants to open up this offense and have this massive aerial attack going. You can't have it both ways. You kind of can if you can establish the run. You can work off the play action and have a big game. Getsy talked about what happened with Minshew after they had that slow first half, the adjustments they made going late into the game.
Yeah, my approach, honestly, whether I was coaching in college or whether I was coaching at this level, I think I reflect a lot on this myself as a player. I know it's high school and college is different. I'm not trying to put that, but I just reflect on the sense of the consistent approach and the focused approach, and not kind of being a high and low guy. When things are going great, freaking let's just pat everybody on the back, or when he's going around to bury people. I think it's a consistent approach. I think it's a process. I think that's kind of my coaching style, philosophy. I think that, for a quarterback position, that's probably, helps a lot. Gardner's that kind of guy. He's been through it, done it. He's lived the high and lows and stuff, and he's just always kind of come out of it, the right way. I think it's a credit to him as much as anything, just being grounded, being tough-minded, to be able to come, whatever, whether it's a game, whether it's a half, whether it's a quarter, things happen. We say it all the time in our room. The NFL's a roller coaster, and you can't go get crazy with the highs, and you can't, dwell on the lows. And so I think that's just a testament to him as a player and a person.
All right, so you just heard from Luke Getsy. He's the offensive coordinator. I thought he opened up the offense. The offense got going. Devontae and Bowers were exceptional in that last game. Devontae had one of his most important and relevant games as a Raider. So I went on the radio earlier today in North Carolina, on one of their radio stations, and the host started off the interview by saying, well, when is Devontae going to get traded? And I laughed at him. I said, how dare you put me on your radio show and ask me that question? Did you see what Devontae did last week? Devontae's not giving any indication that he wants to get traded. Now, if the Raiders were 0-2, 0-4, I could see the Wolves at the door asking about that. Devontae came up the most meaningful game he has played for the Las Vegas Raiders. Devontae was unbelievable. He took the game over in the fourth quarter. He led the team to victory. So for Devontae Adams, that's the signature moment in Devontae's career with the Las Vegas Raiders. Not Derek Carr, his roommate out of Fresno State. It's Gardner Minshew, who put the game on Devontae's back in the fourth quarter in Baltimore in front of a lot of Raider fans, and they came away with the victory. So enough of this nonsense about Devontae Adams being happy. I'm getting sick of the topic. It's a lame topic. It means nothing right now. So Devontae now has to be built on, and he has to get the ball again. My rule going forward with Devontae is 10 targets, minimum 8 receptions. I like 12 targets, 10 receptions. I like 13 targets, 11 receptions. But now we got to get Brock Bowers 10 targets a game. So how do you go in a game and get Brock and Devontae 20 to 22 targets a game? Well, you got to come out, go 4 wide, and give him some pitch and catches. You got to get Brock the ball behind the line of scrimmage. You got to get Devontae an easy ball early in the game. Devontae needs an early pass on first or second down to start the game off. Once you get Devontae going, Devontae, the juices flow, and he starts taking his game to the next level. Now, Zamir White, I think Zamir White's going to have a big game. I'm predicting over 110 yards for Zeus. I think he's going to have a breakout game. Zamir White, 110 yards, a touchdown, kind of get this thing going, because I think the Raiders are going to score 3 or 4 touchdowns in this game. They're going to have to win this game. Carolina has been shut out completely. Carolina has nothing going, and you can't expect Carolina to play at the level that they played at in the last 2 weeks. I looked at the film of the Charger game. The Chargers came out and ran it down their throat. They ran it down their throat to open up the game with J.K. Dobbins. It set up the pass for Justin Herbert, who had another game where he didn't do much because the running game for the Chargers is clearly their signature and what they want to do now. So as we open it up here at WSKY Stadium, we appreciate everybody who showed up here early. Come on down and get a photo with the super fans. They're all right here. They showed up in a limo. Stoner dude, can you imagine this over the decades? Now the super fans are showing up in a limo
coming here, and they got about 10 events that they got to get done here in the next couple of days. So we greatly appreciate that. I want to get to Patrick Graham, get him in the monologue because of the run that Patrick Graham is having now as the defensive coordinator for the Silver and Black. Patrick Graham knows the importance of what this team has to do in this game. The defense was electric, led by Max Crosby. Look what they did in that game, especially with Christian Wilkins. The defense overall came in with high energy, and the defense has been keeping the Raiders in these games early on. But Patrick Graham met the media and says there's a new quarterback in Carolina.
Plenty of time to adjust, but we always take time to make sure that we think about both quarterbacks, 3 quarterbacks based on the roster, how it's situated. But just plenty of time to think about Monday morning or something like that. So plenty of time to adjust and think about making adjustments.
I love what Graham is doing here. The strength of this team is the defensive side of the ball. We all know that. The Raiders now have a championship-style defense. I still think they need another draft. They need another class in free agency to really lock this thing in to have a top 5 defense overall in the NFL. But they're playing that way. And Patrick Graham, another coach, is feeding into this home field advantage coming up on Sunday.
I thought AP did a good job of mentioning that in his press conference. I'm sure I was listening to what the head coach is saying. It's really important for players, for the community, for the Raider organization. We want the fans to come out, support us, and we expect to see a good product, so we got to go out there and play. But the energy in the building, that'll be critical there for us because just naturally this is an emotional game. We're going to feed off of it. So definitely want to show up. And I think if you said in black, wear black, I might wear black for my outfit coming in. So we'll be ready to rock and roll.
People need to understand what it means to wear black. All right, everybody needs to know what it means to wear black. When the head coach told me in my interview we need to black out the stadium, when the defensive coordinator said we need to black out the stadium, that means to wear black. Okay, you don't wear a blue-collared shirt to a Raider. You show up in black. You wear your white jersey if you went on the road, or you wear your white jersey to dinner with your wife. I love a white jersey. I got a few of them there. But wear a black jersey and come on in. Hey, I want to dedicate the energy of this show today to Black Hole Rob Rivera. Rob passed away 3 years ago on this day. So I woke up today, I went to Facebook, and I clicked on my Facebook memories, and man, it just hit me. I was like, wow. 3 years ago, we lost the founder of the Black Hole. And he's looking down on us today. He is looking down saying, look at this. Look at what's happening with the Black Hole. The Raiders are doing features on it, video features. I mean, the embracement of the Raider organization with the Black Hole has never been bigger than it is right now, and it's only getting bigger. So, again, why don't we begin the day by everybody raising a glass and a beer. Everybody listen up. The Black Hole Rob Rivera, the founder. I wouldn't be here on the radio, and the Black Hole wouldn't be the Black Hole without him. So we're going to bring the energy of this show today to our great brother, Rob Rivera. May he continue to rest in peace. Nice crowd here today. We'll turn the camera around here in a little bit and tell you what we have. As we're going to chronicle this show today, we're going to have a good time. Remember the phone number, 702-365-9200. The show works well with me. It works better when people are talking Raider fans. It's Friday, which means it's Raider roll call. I want to hear from Raider fans outside of America. I want to hear from Raider fans on the East Coast. I want to hear from them in the Pacific Northwest. I want to hear from them from Florida, from Texas. I want you to line up. If you're international, you go to the front of the line. If you're just calling in somewhere outside the Vegas market, I move you to the front of the line. In Vegas, step up and sound off like you got a pair. You represent the Raiders now. Let's get some Vegas Raider fans to show up in Whiskey and have a good time today as we get rolling. Top of next hour, Charles Woodson will join us over the phone. We got Charles checking in, and coming up at the bottom of the hour, Vic Tafur from The Athletic. He was going to come here today for some lunch, but he is buried writing content for the Raiders there. So we open up the show. Raider Dad, the whole crew that's here, everybody, Epic Raider, everyone who's here today. We're going to get a big show rolling. So jump on in, 702-365-9200. Yes, this is my first Modelo. It will not be my last Modelo. I think my bosses can watch on the live stream. We can have a beverage on the weekend here We are live from Whiskey Stadium, right across the street from Allegiant Stadium. Great crowd here, plenty of room for you. Let's get this thing going. Let's get excited. Let's crank up the AC/DC. Let's get nasty this weekend in Vegas. Let's throw a party like we know how to throw. Let's take down the Panthers. The Panthers are a wounded animal, and no Panther has ever survived the Raider Nation. Live from Whiskey, we begin. Let's have a great day on the flagship of the Silver and Black.
JT, man, epic Raider from Donkeyville. Brother, I told you we would be here. I'm doing good. This is my man, Steve Raider.
We have a few minutes before we get Tafur.
Yeah. My name's Derek. I go by the name
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
And sleazy schemes. Big and loud doesn't always look right. In the conventional mode, it doesn't.
This is us, bro. That's us, man.
Let's go!
You give me the cue, I'll get up.
We're champions for you. Life happens, and when you need help, you deserve to.
Appreciate you.
Being generous. That's me. There's real support. And personalized. Your new life.
This is my help center now.
So if you've been working close, tell Sam Match. 7238.
Okay, we're going to have a few minutes before we go to Tafur.
Because you deserve it.
Nothing yet.
If you're experiencing a system sports betting counselor,
It's going to be the Getsy cut you're going to get to on Tafur.
Yep, right there.
If it sounds good, just get more closer to the mic.
Richard Harris Law Firm, knowing those America like we do, say that to people that have entertainment for gaming. Living here is like anywhere else. When everyday people get injured, they call us. 444-4434.
This is JT from the Black Hole, home of football's most notorious fans. If you're a die-hard Raider fan, this is your home. Become a member today and receive 20% off online
Okay, here we go.
full discounts to home and away games, access to members-only merchandise, and much more. All memberships are now lifetime memberships. Once a member, always a member. If you bleed silver and black, visit theblackhole.com today. That's theblackhole.com.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show. Brought to you by the Black Hole. Become a member of football's most notorious fans.
You've heard the cliche or the player-led teams are way better than coach-led teams. And you're on the battlefield, these guys are together, and one of your guys steps up and has to go do it. And he's there doing it. I think that always speaks volumes over any coach speech. I think it is invaluable to the point. I think it's being able to have those moments and being able to be there for your teammates whenever things are good and bad. I think is a critical characteristic of a good teammate. And I think Devontae has displayed that since my time here and in my time with him back in the day.
Yeah, that's Luke Getsy, JT back at Whiskey Stadium, right across the street from Allegiant Stadium. Cisco joins us from the Black Hole on a pretty monumental day.
Oh, yeah.
Old Town original, got the patches going. And tell us about this jersey.
Well, this is my commemorative jersey I made a couple years back in honor of my brother Rob Rivera. Back it says Black Hole Rob. I got the number 95 for when the Black Hole was established. And you mentioned it. I got an Oakland original on the jersey. I got the captain patch because he was our captain. And yeah, man.
3 years ago. Today, we got the news. I don't remember how I got the call. It was either from you or someone from up north who told us about it. And, we mourned and we continue to mourn. But pretty amazing what's happened here with the Raider organization and the Black Hole over the last maybe 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. It's long overdue, but we can't thank the Raiders organization enough for warming up to us warming up to them. It's just been a great ride. I just wish, Rob was here. I know he's seen it from up above, but I wish he was here with us. Nice gold medal.
Absolutely. Cisco joins us from the Black Hole, so we always say they're a proud partner of ours. Become a lifetime member at theblackhole.com. Go to theblackhole.com. Become a lifetime member.
Yes.
And that's ridiculous to me. I mean, you have a club based on dues and bringing in money and selling apparel and all that, but to become a lifetime member and be a member for the rest of your life is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, we're taking the page off the Raiders. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Once a Black Hole, always a Black Hole. So, it's a great thing, great opportunity for people to come join us, be a part of the family, see what we're about. And, we welcome everybody. Like Rob said, we welcome every hot spirit. Everybody come, just be loyal, wear black, and cheer for our team like that.
All right, so here's the deal. The Black Hole doesn't overlook any opponent. Right, because you've been there, you've been in the bowels of Oakland. We've seen teams come back and win. We've seen bad teams at times beat the Raiders, and the Raiders were counted for dead in Baltimore, and they win the game. Key to the game with Andy Dalton coming in. I just mentioned the team's not running the ball well. They're dead last. You want to run it, you want to throw it, because Bowers and Devontae had a monster game.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess one play at a time, to see what works, what doesn't. Hopefully Zeus can get those orders running. Hopefully the O-line, we got the big boy coming back. I saw that this morning. Jackson Powers is going to be playing. So, just hope Zeus can get it going. But if not, next guy's got to step up, whether it be Powers, Meyer, Devontae, whoever,
I'd like to see Mayer have a big game, like the Mayers do. Yes. And lastly, you're moving for the first time ever. We're moving the Black Hole tailgate inside this establishment at WSKY Stadium. What's that about?
It's you know how hot it is out here, man. It's tough. It's tough to stay cool in the Vegas sun, and the winds don't help us either. So when I saw this thing being built, it was a sports bar. They had the garage roll up doors. I just had a vision. John and I were like, man, you know what? Maybe we need to take the tailgate to the next level. And so we met with the folks here at WSKY Stadium. They were welcomed our ideas. They were intrigued by what we were bringing to the table. And so we're excited. It's the tailgate experience is what we're labeled it as. And come on out and see it for yourself. We got cornhole, we got cold Patellos, we got the Raider Nation, and we're working the ass for it.
I can ask for a round of applause for Cisco, man, what he does here with the entire Black Hole. Appreciate it, my brother. Thank you. There he is. Cisco checking in as we're waiting on Vic Tafur. We're going to get him here in a moment, get out to him, and get his analysis on this game, what's going to happen. And he's here. Vic Tafur kind enough to join us as we have a big crowd here at WSKY. And Vic, thanks for your time. What are you writing about? What are your big topics heading into this home opener for the Silver and Black?
It's homecoming week, right? Yep. We get the home crowd and it's the opponent and it's right. Jackson Powers shot looking to stay team, so what's going on?
I wouldn't call him a patsy opponent, but you can. And I think this team. I'm just wondering. I think it was a tremendous mistake for the Panther organization, led by the owner David Tafur, to bench this kid. I mean, I think the world of him, and a lot of guys start off and they play too much. I think he's the example to the set where guys like Jordan Love, Dayton, and other players are able to kind of be groomed along. Even Patrick Mahomes initially behind Alex Smith. And now they're going to ruin this kid. And do you think they're going to end up trading him or try to sit him out a couple of weeks and then rebuild him again?
Yeah, definitely. They have to start moving the short leash for the offense. You got to train with the season. You're not training with the season. And then you have 2 times. not played well. They watched it. They look bad. But not a lot of help. I'm not saying that. This will still come to me if you're going to have a short leadership. I'm not saying it's
Vic Tafur is our guest from the Athletic. So, Vic, this team's ranked the Raiders dead last in rushing. And look, they're just having a difficult time up front. And looking at the tape, it just seems like the interior of that offensive line isn't getting much of a push. So they're getting to the second level and kind of put their hands on linebackers and open up a hole for Zeus. What are you seeing as you're writing in your podcasting on the struggles of the Raiders online?
Yeah, well, that's not very well. I think that's one of the reasons why I like them very well. For me, their days are right now. I think they just told us we have to rely on Chase Coleman and much clearer and their returns. They have to play better. I think the big thing is the Panthers are the worst in the run defense in the league. So that's good. I think Jimmy White looked good in the game last week. I think he's fine. The Bulls will get better. But I think they look better all week in practice. The meeting and White going through it takes a while. I think we'll see what they're going to do.
Vic Tafur's our guest from the Athletic. So I want to jump in with this Devontae Bowers targeting here, because if they get 20 targets, that means less for Michael Mayer and Jacoby. And I think Jacoby, I'm predicting he's going to have a big game. I think Luke Getsy and Antonio Pierce know how valuable he is here. But as I often tell Eric Allen, Vic, on the pregame show, there's only one football. And the only way to get guys more targets is to get more first downs and not have 3 and outs, so everyone can get involved here. Are you a believer that this Devontae Bowers is the formula that they should build on and keep going?
Especially in third down, I think both guys have shown the ability to get open there. There's not violation there, so we can do well. But you're right, but I think we're pretty focused on those two guys. Kobe gets to do the play out. So actually, we have to make plays and give them a chance. Michael Mayer, they're the best thing to do player on the team. So they're definitely weapons. And that's the other guys that get so big weapons on the basket on the offense.
What did you see with Gardner Minshew after the Max moment, when Max went up to him and kind of made that message, that statement, that we have your back? Was that a coincidence that he played? I mean, everything happened after that. Getsy opened up the playbook more. They were making better throws. Really some targeted, tough catches by Devontae to get it going. Do you think Gardner Minshew now has found the rhythm with this, and they're going to come out and let him just play more free again and put the ball up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like my final moment. I think Gardner's been fine. You mentioned pretty sloppy early on. There was some those chances and drop balls, and he wasn't sharp early on, but he was a pretty low-key guy. And the guy was going to stay in the shoot. It's one. As you were saying, it's really good one bad. I'm not sure Max is popping down to another level, but I think he knows the weapons he has and knows the ball he has. Vic
Tafur is our guest as we wrap it up. So, Vic, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. From the time that Robert Spillane was brought in to be a linebacker here, and the Raiders were failing at the linebacker position for the last 5 to 10 years. They were bringing in free agent linebackers, trying to find a fit. He has fit perfectly here, not only as a ball hawk, as a leader, leading the defense. What have you seen with Robert Spillane as you're getting to know him, and his leadership goes to the next level in this organization?
He's been great. He's been there.
You know, Vic, last one on the defense. I think that Andy Dalton's going to really target Jacoby Bennett. I mean, Jack Jones is on the other side. He's a little bit more of a veteran. Jacory's looked really good. You and I talked about it when I had you on from Coach Mesa, that he would be tested, and so far he's lived up to that. It seems like he's going to play with more confidence going forward under this Patrick Graham defense. I just think he's going to be tested in this game because he's really the only player that Andy Dalton could really feel like he could have a potential matchup advantage.
Dalton is 80 years old, and you can have one of the pressure. If you're only right young, they like contact there. It's almost like he's running away from that shot. Really wasn't the fact that you stuff. That's not like minus the movement, but you lose some ability and some kind of extra playability on offense with Panthers. So I think Eddie Dalton is going to track a lot.
Thank you, Vic. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get you down here next time. I know you're busy. Thanks for a few minutes of your time.
Yeah, talk about that next second. I look forward to it.
You got it. Vic Tafur from The Athletic. Appreciate him joining us live from Whiskey Stadium as we continue on here. So as we've talked about this, Andy Dalton's got a lot of experience here. I think the experience is the deep ball. And the Raiders haven't been tested on the deep ball much this year. They've had struggles stopping the run. J.K. Dobbins had a 60-plus yard run and a 40-plus yard run because the Raiders took bad angles in that first game against the Chargers. Divine Diablo's been on the injury report all week. There's no way Divine Diablo's close to 100%. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm not the trainer. I'm not the doctor. But he's a player that I think going forward, Divine Diablo is going to be very important. Luke Masterson, what we're going to be able to see when it comes to the defense and the linebacker play, I think it's going to be very important along the way that the linebackers show up in this game. Stoner dude, longtime friend, great friend of the show, wearing the 420 jersey.
Always, JT. I gotta represent.
And my friend, you've been playing with Missing Persons. You're back playing the drums. Fill us on what's going to happen.
And I've had, first of all, moving to Vegas, second, the Raiders being here for me personally has been awesome.
Yeah.
I had a chance to go overseas and play in Europe with a band called the Dead Boys, the old school punk
What is
band.
that like playing in some of those venues in Europe with a punk band? I've been diving into the history of punk lately on Amazon Prime.
Right,
I've seen everything from documentaries on the Stooges and CBGB where I'm from in New York.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I missed that time. That wasn't my thing. I'm a progressive rock guy.
Yeah, we're both huge Rush fans.
But I'm starting to look back on the era of punk rock saying, why did I miss that?
Well, music, first of all, is just so cool. If I'm digressing now into the music world, has evolved and changed so much over the years, and it's a generational thing. People attach themselves to it, and if it's good, it's eternal. It lasts forever. So the punk generation of the late 70s that went all the way into the 90s still exists today. Back to the answer to the question, the crowds in Europe are awesome. They love
So
it.
the European rock punk crowd is different than America?
I don't want to say different. We're even more enthusiastic because it's pretty big here too.
Yeah.
But when you go across the world and you see how big it is there, you realize how globally it's loved. Back to Missing Persons, I love. You're like me, JT. You love Rush. I grew up with Rick here, Terry Bozzio, some of the great drummers. So yeah, to play with Missing Persons is a dream come true for me. And even more so right now, the real dream, though, is beating the Carolina Panthers today at home. You asked earlier, what's the key to the game? They got their hands on Herbert. They got their hands on Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, they did.
You can't tell me that Andy Dalton, even though he's the KG veteran, we all know who he is, he can go out there and win a game because he's that experienced. We got the defense there, JT. I've been calling the show for 25 years.
25 years.
I want defensive ends. I want defensive tackles. We finally got these guys on the team. So I don't want to sit here and say we're going to win the game because I think that's a little bit too cocky for me at 1-1. But I know for a fact that I felt that we had that gritty, gutty performance against the Ravens that we got the firepower, we got the talent, we can win this game.
If we don't beat the Ravens, we, the season ticket holders, we're 0-2 heading into a home opener. And if you lose that game, I'm not going to say the wheels are going to come off. I know this organization coached really well, but what a difference one game was. What a difference one game was when the national media, the NFL media gave the Raiders no chance to even compete in that game. And they're down 10 in the fourth quarter. They stormed back, and as you know, a lot of Raider fans made it to Baltimore.
It was, only the hardcore, truest, faithful Raider fan sat there going, we can do this, I know it. I was one of those guys. Hey, like I said, we got way too much talent, JT. Way too much talent. And I'm just glad to see it. And I'm glad to see all the fans now here for the home opener at the Whiskey Stadium. This is really cool, man. I really hope to see it establish and build here, especially when David was talking about the memorial for good for Rob. To see all this come together right now, this is a dream come true.
Thanks for everything you do for me, my brother.
Right on, thanks,
There you go. How about that? Stoner Dude's playing with Missing Persons on tour. I think that's fantastic. All right, so Charles Woodson's going to join us at the top of the hour. You're going to have Charles come in, so I want the place to be loud, explosive when that comes in. I want to take your calls at 702-365-9200 as we continue here. And I want your key to the game. I want to hear from some Raider fans all over the country who might be coming into this game for this weekend. You're coming to possibly to Allegiant Stadium for your first game ever. This is an important moment for you here because you're trying to build this Vegas vibe. And the Vegas vibe here, they finally put a bar. They finally put a bar in this place, other than a strip club. Nothing wrong with the strip club. That's right around the corner there. A lot of people like to park there, and then come there. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the club. But now we got a place where you can park. You can park here. You can go to the game and have a really good time. 702-365-9200 is the number. Harry Ruiz just checked in. He's watching the live stream. Harry just became the voice of USC football, the Spanish voice of the Raiders and USC football. So we're really proud of him and the job he is doing there. My buddy Craftman is here. I'm excited. So I got buddies in town for the home opener. We're going to have a lot of fun. Come on down and get a picture with Gorilla Willa, the Violator, the entire crew. Who's there? When we come back, we'll gear up for Charles Woodson. Let's get a Raiders chant going here. Let's get the Raiders dance going. Let's get going as we open it up. Panthers are coming to town. Raider Nation needs to be ready to roll. As we are live on YouTube, JT the Brick YT streaming live from Whiskey, courtesy of Modelo. Have a Modelo raise a glass to the Raider Nation.
5.
It's the morning tailgate.
25% of the time they're not playing man coverage because of Jordan's ability to be so sticky and to be so good at the same time that allows the Raiders' defensive line to blitz more. The big highlight that everyone's kind of looking at with Jordan is the one that results in an interception.
I'm not Bob. Okay, he's
running the deep, step really different player from
yeah, Bobby's in the studio.
Morning tailgate. Weekdays
Wood Gaming is the official exclusive local casino partner of the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Bring your friends and have some fun, but always bet on black. Visit their 10 casinos across the valley. Don't let the game get out of hand. Please bet responsibly.
You didn't think you'd get in a car wreck, but you did. You didn't think you'd get hurt, but you did. You didn't think you'd lose your job, but you did. And accidents you didn't think would happen. Call the Richard Harris line. 444-4444, just in case.
Wood Gaming is the official exclusive local casino partner of the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. Bring your friends, have some fun, but always bet on black. Visit their 10 casinos across the valley. Don't let the game get out of hand. Please bet responsibly.
For a review of the previous week's game, tune in to Unnecessary Roughness on Tuesday at 3:30 to hear from former Raider offensive lineman Lincoln Kennedy. Brought to you by Shift 4 Payments. Experience the future of payments with Shift 4, the official payments partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Visit shift4.com to learn more.
This is JT for Grimaldi's New York style coal fired quick oven pizza. 4 locations in the Valley, Sutherland, on the Strip of Palazzo, Southwest Las Vegas, on Green Road and Green Valley, on Eastern Avenue. Grimaldi's, the best pizza I've ever had.
It's football season, and the best place to catch your games is at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas, featuring the best pool history, Stadium Suite. 3 levels, 6 pools, and a 143-foot diagonal screen. Book today at circalasvegas.com.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control. Complete control.
Wield that power very aggressive.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever, overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding all schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts.
Oh, cool. That's good. We're going to play Madison coming back.
For Donald Trump.
What time do you want to do the coach? Like 120 after.
Sometimes we win can be justified. He'll take control.
I got it. Let's do it.
Tony Smith here, General Manager of Finley Field.
Right now, the new 2024 Kia Sorento LX for just $299 a month for 24 months in Kia. Just $299 a month for one of Kia's best sellers. In Kia, this is Kia Central, in Sahara, just west of Decatur. Offer valid September 30th, 2024. Subject to permit approval. 3499 goes up. 10,000 miles per month. Central $24,024.
Legion Stadium is the home to world-class events like the Raiders, the Rebels, Pro Soccer, and Superstar concerts. And your home for the pre- and post-game parties is the Tailgater Tavern. Less than a half mile from the stadium, the Tailgater features 24 beers on tap and killer happy hour specials and gaming promotions. Plus, the kitchen is cooking up everything from shareable bar bites to breakfast, fried bread pizzas, and monster-sized burgers. This is your sports viewing headquarters. The Tailgater Tavern at Russell and Valley View, your gateway to the stadium.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports account, and you can earn a $50 bonus bet on top of your original $50 or more deposit and wager. The William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports app allows you to bet dough from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today, and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app. You can play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show. Brought to you by
He leads. Touchdown Raiders. Alexander Madison with a 1-yard touchdown run through the middle of the defense. The Raiders capitalize on the pick by Spillane, and they are right in this game with 2:36 to go in the third.
That's Jason Horowitz on the call, the voice of the Silver and Black. Let's hear it from the Raider Nation as we go live. What a great day to kick off your Friday here. Come on down. We're going to be here for a long time. Anywhere in Vegas where you can hear us, free parking at Whiskey. It's right across the street on Polaris from the stadium here. It's a brand new bar. It's fantastic. It's the home of the Black Hole Tailgate. I want to thank John of the Black Hole for being here, the whole Modelo crew. We appreciate that. Everybody who's here. Very humble. I got my friends who came into town from San Diego. Some of my original best friends are here. So we got a great time. It's going to be a great weekend, and everybody's pretty excited about this. The key to this whole event, this game, is it has to be a must-win. This is one of the only games on the schedule, one of the only games that the Raiders have to win. Let me repeat that again. There's a lot of other games on the schedule. Win, lose, whatever's going to happen, you want to win them all. This is a must-win game. This team comes in as the worst team in football. They're not that bad. They thought the Raiders was the worst team in football, or one of the worst teams in football after the Charger loss. What a difference a week makes. So with all this happening right now, Raiders have to take care of their business. They can't be sitting around in the fourth quarter up 3 or down 3 looking for a break to happen. Can't happen. They got to put this team away. They got to take this team's will to win away early in the game. I think they'll be able to do that, but I think it's going to be a close game. I really do. I think this is going to be one of those games where you're looking at it saying, what is going to happen late in this game? Is it going to be a Carlson field goal? Is it going to be a big kick? Is it going to be a punt by A.J. Cole? And by the way, someone tell A.J. Cole that I said this. I need a Coughlin's corner punt. I don't need a punt. I need a Coughlin's corner where it bounces inside the 5 and it kicks out of bounds at the 2. He's unbelievable. I want to see that happen. 702-365-9200. Antonio from Modesto joins us. What's happening?
JT, I can feel electricity through the airwaves. I can't wait. I will be at the game Sunday. I can't wait for a blackout. And you're right, I'm not taking this team lightly at all. This is a game that you mark on the calendar that you have to get a dub in. And I'm excited. I really think so. What is team going to get off here? I'm looking for at least 90 yards. I'll take 90 yards because what we had last week. Take 90 yards. And I also want to tell you what I'm headed up 880. I'm going to close down the college game again. And good twice already now. And I'm going now to see your Yankees and my beloved Oakland A's. Wow.
So you're going to good. So you're going to the Yankees A's.
Right now, I'm heading up this guy from the Boulevard. I know you're really familiar with
My wife.
I'm not really excited.
Good. Well, have a good time at the game, man. Appreciate you calling. Thanks a lot. My wife went to the Yankees-Mariners game. My wife's in Seattle this week. A little business with a friend, and she went and saw the Yankees play. I didn't mention Ohtani's great game. I'm going to get to Ohtani's great game coming up. The Ohtani game, the greatest baseball game, the greatest single performance in the history of baseball by Shohei Ohtani last night. We'll get to that. Brian Fowler joins us. And I'll tell you what you do. Explain to everybody what you do. I hung out with you in Chicago. You chronicled the Raider Nation.
That's right. Thanks. It's nice to see you again. So Sunday will be my 42nd consecutive Raider game, home and away.
Wow. Wait a second, everybody. 42 games in a row, home and away.
It goes back to December of 2021.
Unbelievable.
So what I've been doing, this is season 3 of All In Autumn Win. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I've been documenting the Raider fans, and that's what it's all about. I go to every city. We got people throwing parties in Baltimore. There was the Northern Virginia Raiders, Troy throwing a party. There was the Renegade Raiders throwing a party, Dre and Chino, and it was just an amazing atmosphere.
So you go and you chronicle that. You interview fans on the street. You go to the games. You're there after the game. What is the vision of what you're trying to do to chronicle the history of the Raiders? Because I think that streak is incredible. To go to 42 games in a row. I mean, you're trying to go to 100? You're trying to go to 100? I mean, it's hard to do. You got to buy airfare. You got to get a hotel. It's pretty expensive.
I'm taking it a season at a time,
Okay.
to be honest.
Good answer.
You know, the number 100 does stand out there, but I'm actually at the end of this regular season, I'll be at 56. But when we go to the Super Bowl, it'll be 60.
Oh, I love it. You're calling your Super Bowl shot. So where can we find all your content?
All In Autumn Win.
All In Autumn Win.
There's a long form video every Tuesday night, showcasing the weekend, and then I post 1-minute clips on social media throughout the week with all the fans. And just really, you know, it's the vision is that it's not about me, it's about Raider Nation. I went to those last 4 games of 2021, 4-game win streak that led to the Bengals playoff game, and I went to that as well. And being in Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Cleveland just really opened my eyes because I'd only been to games in Nevada and California, and it was just more people need to see this. Not everyone can travel.
How did we go to the Cincinnati playoff game at first and goal at the 9 with Darren Waller and not throw the ball 4 times in a row to Darren Waller in the back of the end zone?
That's right.
The first one would have been a flag, first and goal at the 1. The second one would have been a flag, first and goal at the 1. I cannot believe you brought up the Cincinnati game. First and goal at the 9.
That's right.
And we didn't throw it in the end zone.
So we spiked it on first down. We spiked it on first down. Second down, Renfro slipped in the corner. Otherwise, that's a touchdown.
Look at that.
I mean, it was.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, whatever I can do to help you, because I really think what you're doing. Whenever, Crusader Raider, him from London. Whenever I see Violator, and I see Gorilla Rilla, and I see that, I'm amazed at their passion to go to every game. And some people can't go to every game. I sit at home. Let me go to a couple of games a year on the road. This year I'm going to Miami and the Ram game. And I'm looking at it going, when you see these gentlemen and these women who go to every game, they put their credit card down on a hotel. They buy a plane ticket and they travel. Where does this fan base stand globally with the other teams in all professional sports?
It's the best. It's number one. We have people everywhere. I mean, I've met people from so many different countries, every single state. And it's always exciting when it's somebody's first time at a lunatic or first time at a away game because they're just, they're in awe.
Thank you. I look forward to talking to you after this.
It's great to see you.
No doubt. Great to see you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Hey, quick shout out to my buddy Teo Johnson, former Raider tight end, one of my best friends, who's here from M-Ride, so I can get my M-Ride read in. If you are going to the game, well, it's good to see you, my brother. When you're going to the game, you have to go M-Ride. So if you go from Circa, you go from the Palms, you don't have to deal with parking, you don't have to deal with anything. You just go to M-Ride and put in the code JT the Brick. The code is Brick, and you'll get the hookup that I get on M-Ride. So Teo's here. The Black Hole's here. Charles Woodson is next. Charles Woodson's going to join us next over the phone. So we're going to get this place going. Everybody buy a Modelo. Everybody buy a round of shots. Let's keep the party going. 1 more hour to go. Live from WSKY Stadium.
It's On drop 3 of the game, Washington takes on Cincinnati on the Nation Radio 9.
What's that? Wow. You coming to the blend to talk about that? I'll take it for that. Is this mine or this one?
That one's yours in your hand.
Yes. Text Charles. I want to turn up Charles. Yep, you got that.
You want this up here too?
Yeah. 100%. When we come back. All right.
Because of our relationships and the best manufacturers, which means we control the entire process before it's pressed by instantly. And even better, we can further price. This way you don't have to pay that low contracts. We're getting those stunning diamonds for the prices. Not only in Las Vegas, but the whole West Coast. Our prices simply cannot be beat. At the diamond store, your satisfaction will be here.
Wanted to come over.
Formally introduce myself.
I've met you before, Nikki, Our Lady. Nice to meet you. Yes, I go by Our Lady. I'm blessed, but there's a lot of pressure. I'm standing with legends, so I hope that I am.
We're gonna get you on later.
Oh no, not today.
All right, we'll do it.
Next time.
I don't know. I think you're ready.
I don't know.
Because of the global disrespect this franchise gets from people who are wrong more than they're right on the radio. Lazy national narrative. How rude they said, like it's so, like I should have like, oh, maybe that's what we're going to do. I haven't figured out how to do it. Right. We haven't figured out how to do it.
JT the
Right, makes sense.
That's why I love you, the Raider Nation. You don't like any. You're hardcore Raider Nation. You don't like anything until it's proven to you. There are Raider fans in Vegas. There are Raider fans globally. There are season ticket holders. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different Raider fans, but we're all one nation. One nation, the Raider Nation. And we're all on the same page. We want to win. That is another unbelievable article on anti-Raider propaganda. The roster's better than last year.
And now,
Big Boy Radio.
here's JT the Brick.
We are back. We are live from WSKY Stadium. Let's hear it for the Raider Nation as we are live, brought to you by Modelo. Wow. I reward myself with a bucket of Modelo's every Friday at 2. The Modelo is flowing now. Charles Woodson's going to join us in a few moments, and I'm really excited about that. We're here for a great event, man. We have all the Raider Nation. We have the Black Hole. We got some fans that are starting to realize that they have a bar now right at the stadium called WSKY Stadium, so we're excited about that, and we're just ready to go. And Charles Woodson's going to, Bobby's going to call Charles Woodson here in a few moments, and we're going to keep this thing rolling as we get going here. And then we want to keep the party going all weekend long. Thor is here from the Raider Nation Drinking Club. We got a lot of friends who are here and are coming here, and we're going to be here for a while. The show ends in an hour, but we'll be here after that. So stick around as we get rolling here. Want to hear from you at 702-365-9200. Brought to you by Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. Charles has a legacy of excellence, and we're going to talk to him about that coming up here in a little bit. I'm not nervous about the game. I'm never nervous about a Raider game, but I'm always honest. I was nervous about the Baltimore game. I'm nervous about the Baltimore game because how on God's earth can you go into Baltimore saying you're going to win? No, you go into Baltimore saying keep it close, maybe we'll win. Oh, Raider Nation won that game. And how despicable was the national media for not picking the Raiders? How despicable was the national media this week for not mentioning the Raiders? How despicable was the national media this week not leading their broadcast on Fox Sports 1, on ESPN, on NFL Network with the Raiders? The Raiders are the team of the decades. Look at this logo that I'm wearing on YouTube at JT the Brick YT, the new 65-year logo and everything that's happening. If you look at what the Raiders have been able to accomplish, the Raiders have been an epic franchise in sports history, and the Raiders got no respect going into that Baltimore game. None. And I'm sitting here now wondering, will the Raiders get respect? And you know what the national media is doing? The national media is saying, we don't want to cover the Carolina game. Why do we want to cover the Raiders-Carolina game? That's not a big game. Carolina's a train wreck. Carolina benched their quarterback. And it's the same thing we're dealing with again. Absolutely no respect. Absolutely no respect for the silver and black. And I think the Raiders have to go get this game. The Raiders have to take advantage of this game, and the Raiders have to be in a position to win it early, not late. And we'll see what's going to happen here. I love the fact that Max Crosby pulled Gardner Minshew aside and looked at him in the middle of the game because you got to remember, everybody, Max is really tight with Aiden O'Connell. He's really tight with Aiden O'Connell. And Max could have said, Gardner's not playing well. He's about to get benched if he doesn't win this game. If he goes 0-2. You know what Max did? Max said, no, I'm going to support Gardner Minshew. Raider Nation unite. Charles Woodson joins us. Charles Woodson is here, everybody, brought to us by Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. C. Wood, thanks for a few minutes today. How are you? We're really good, man, and thanks for being our proud partner here. We're here with Modelo. We're here at WSKY Stadium, and we're here because of you. Take me through the fourth quarter. 12 minutes, 10 seconds to go. The Raiders are down 10, and they kind of put together one of the best 12 minutes of football we've seen in a long time.
I think what they did, man, is they showed some resilience and they showed that fight. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I just heard you talking about Max Crosby and him stopping Gardner Minshew, before going onto the field. And basically, man, I don't know if he spoke life into him or if he told him he had his back or what he told him. But I think, man, to have those words from the leader, walking back, going out back onto the field, and knowing that he has his back, I know that meant a lot. And then what happened from there is that the guys really just made plays collectively. Big catches by Devontae Adams, the young rookie Brock Bowers showed up huge, all day long. You know what I mean? So you just have those moments in the game where you say to yourself, you know what? We should win this game. We're better than what we're playing, and they showed that in that last 12 minutes of that game in that fourth quarter that we're a better team than people are giving us credit for, and we're going to go win this game.
Charles Woodson joins us. Charles, going back to your Heisman Trophy year at Michigan, your championship there, your Super Bowl with the Packers, and your great career with the Raiders. Do you recall a time where you stepped down the field also, looked at a quarterback and said, look, we got this. We got this. We're going to make plays on defense. You got to do something to just score, and we'll take care of the rest.
I think, man, probably, the Super Bowl year was a time where I thought that it wasn't necessarily, that we stopped the quarterback, but we had Aaron Rodgers who had gotten hurt. But our defense, we knew that we were good enough, to win games. You know what I'm saying? We were going to be in every game. We knew what we were on defense. We were attacking defense. And we knew, man, if we just got him back at some point and him just be, just a little bit of what he was before he got hurt, and we were going to be all right. And we knew that. Going into the last couple of games, we had to win those games against the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears to get into the playoffs. And the large part, that was because our defense was stepping up and playing well. And then once we got into the playoffs, they really came alive and we put on one of the most spectacular runs as a quarterback, that you could have. So I think we held our end of the bargain, of course, to help ourselves get into the playoffs. And then our quarterback, our stars, of the team, started taking over down the stretch in the playoffs. And so sometimes that defense has to hold things together until that offense comes around.
Charles Woodson is our guest, the Hall of Famer, the Heisman Trophy, one of the Raider legend. So, Charles, Jacorian Bennett's on the other side of Jack Jones. He's played actually pretty well. I think Andy Dalton's going to want to try to attack him. So I want a two-part question for you. We're going to see Jacorian Bennett being tested. And what do you remember about Andy Dalton and being an analyst and a player? Because I can't believe Carolina pulled the trigger this early in the season to a young All-American out of Alabama and Bryce Young, number 1 pick overall, and benched him. Dalton comes in with a lot of experience for the Raiders home opener here at Allegiant.
Yeah, he comes in with a lot of experience. I mean, he's played a long time, and then he's the backup. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the backup for a reason. So, he's in there and has a lot of experience, and he can go out there and try to pick the guys that he wants to go after, like Bennett, what you say, but at the same time, he's the backup quarterback. So I don't think the Raiders should have any, concerns in terms of, oh man, the better guy is in. I'm not sure I believe that either. I think that Bryce Young is a young quarterback. I feel like a lot of these young quarterbacks have done a disservice. I don't think their offensive coordinators do them any favors by putting them in favorable positions. They put these guys in drop back passing all day long and allow defenses to pin their ears back and just get to the quarterback and get after those guys. And so I see him every time I turn on the film. I see Bryce Young run for his life. I'm kind of surprised at that theory. But I don't think that's as much on Bryce Young as it is on the team that they're calling this play.
Wrapping it up with Charles Woodson. So, Charles, can you take us behind the scenes as you pulled off that deal and the Raiders wanted it to happen and you did, to become an official sponsor of the Raiders with Woodson Bourbon Whiskey? We love Intercept Wine and everything you've done with your winery and your brand there. But I just saw the 65-year anniversary bottle and the logo on Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. So everything is coming around, built off your legendary career now with this Raider partnership. I saw what you did at Michigan a couple of weeks ago, what you're doing when you're at Lambeau. Tell us about the brand. What's going on?
Yeah, man, I think the important part that you said is that throughout my career, I did build that foundation. And, I have a phrase called build your legend. And I feel like throughout my career, I've been able to build and capitalize on what I was as a player. And having that respect as a player, someone that went out there and did everything that always put his best foot forward, whether he was healthy or hurt. And so, you just have the respect of your team, you have the respect of the organization. And so when I came out with whiskey and of course Intercept Wine, we began to talk to Raider sponsorship, the corporate sponsors, about potentially partnering up and being the sponsor of the Raiders. And to me, it's a natural fit. Of course, the Raiders being a team I was drafted to, played there 11 years in the NFL, and it just seemed right. And you saw that label. Our team, we got a great marketing team. Guys do a great job in terms of capturing what we feel like we're going to capture on the label. And I think that 65th anniversary of the Raiders, I think it captured it. It paid homage to Oakland. Those of you who watch the Raiders playing the Coliseum and watch me after making plays late in my career going up to Oak, in respect to Oakland, where it all began. We felt like it was important to do that on the label. And so I think it came out beautifully, and hoping that people are enjoying it and putting them up, on their shelves in their homes, empty, of course, so you can buy another one. Those type of things happen, man, because you work hard, you garner the respect, and then also on top of that, you got to have a great product. And we feel like we have a great product. And kind of the same thing with Michigan as well. And going back and talking to their partnership. With this being the first year that Michigan is allowing alcohol and spirits into the stadium, I felt like we had to do it. And so I want to thank Michigan Athletics and Millfield and all of those that made this happen. Of course, everyone on my team helps me to do it.
Hey, Charles, last one. More pictures of the kids. What's going on there, Coach? What's going on? What's going on, Dad? What's going on?
Hey, we got a game tonight. You know what? You talked about the Heisman. And just a little while ago, man, this is our first home game, and I was able to take the Heisman over and allow the kids on the team to see the Heisman, touch the Heisman, pick it up. I told those guys, like, when you win these types of awards, you rarely show them off. They're kind of put in your house. I thought it was important for those guys to see it, touch it, feel it, and understand that, the dreams are there. This is a symbol of all of their dreams. I sat in all of those guys' seats as a high school player with a dream. And all of those guys have dreams. They may not be the winning Heisman Trophy, but they have dreams, and they're able to realize that. So I was able to witness those guys look at that trophy and just say, wow, what I'm saying? This is pretty cool. So I enjoyed that. And so we got a game tonight, Friday night lights. We got to come off of we had a pretty bad loss last week, and so we're trying to bounce back, man. So I'm looking forward to getting out there on the field tonight with the kids, man, and field performing in front of our home fans.
Charles, thanks for your friendship and partnership. I'll see you out in Vegas. Really appreciate your time today. All the best.
Always appreciate it, JP.
You got it. Charles Woodson. Let's hear it for Charles Woodson, man. Wow. That was cool. As I bring in Violator, man. Look at this. A Hall of Famer. We just had one Hall of Famer, and now I got another Hall of Famer. How are you, my brother? I couldn't be better. When I saw you pull up in a limo today with your lovely wife and the crew, I said, Black Hole Rob's looking down, saying limo and Vegas and a Death Star and the super fans, man, you're living the dream.
I got a story about that. We used to tease Rob back in Oakland about the Black Hole being his young daughter, who was one day going to graduate from high school, then start dating, and then get engaged. Well, we're engaged now. So I know he's smiling because this is our pleasure and our honor to keep his dream alive.
Well, I've always said, to me, the end game for the Black Hole was to always present Rachel with something. And it could be an ongoing thing. And when I got my season tickets in the mail, and I opened up the treasure chest, and I went to the Black Hole Rob game, where his face and his image is on one of the tickets. And I said, oh my God, man. I went into the Black Hole, first member of their Hall of Fame, and I said, I never imagined that the Black Hole would be featured on game day tickets. What a dream, what a journey for the club, and what's going on?
It's a deal, JT. It's growth. It's called growth and being blessed. And when you have that love and that commitment, that makes all of this stuff happen over time. None of this happened overnight. This has been a journey for myself over 33 years. And every day is like the next first day. And all you do is keep planting seeds for that next generation to follow us and have that knowledge
and the pride and the dedication, and most of all, the commitment to keep this thing going.
So I saw Sibley, and I looked at the Raiders.com and then the feature on TV with the black hole. And you've done features in Canton, Ohio, and you've done them at your home in Southern California, and you've traveled. But that was a little bit different there. I mean, that was lighting. That was the Winfield Club. Talk about that feature when they brought you in and you talked to the Raider Nation and they put that up. That looked fabulous.
First of all, brother, for the organization that asked us to come in just to have a sit down, to me, that was special. That's inviting you to the dinner table. So then they wanted to chop it up and talk football and talk about passion. That was right up my alley right there. So I got a chance to really say stuff that I really didn't have the chance to say on that level. So talking to Sibley, and I think I educated her on the depth of the commitment. And if you can just keep that thing, that mustard seed wet, look out, baby, look out.
Violator joins us as we wrap this up. We just had Charles Woodson on. I look at this game. You don't take any opponent lightly. So over the decades, when I used to see you in the Jim Otto Tunnel in Oakland, and it was raining, and you're standing there, and I'm looking at this game going, oh my God, I'm leaving the field to go upstairs to Mark Davis's box or the press box, and you're going to stay in a rainstorm or it's 98 degrees, and you're going to stay there and will the Raiders to a victory. Cannot take this team lightly. Cannot take this team lightly. This is a team that has pride. They played in the Super Bowl with Cam Newton. They've had good players. They haven't been to Vegas. You got to think they're getting on the plane to come here to try to win a football game.
And they are, like I say, you never take your opponent lightly. They're a professional team just like we are. But when we lace them up, line them up, our job is to knock them down. No mercy, no excuses, no apologies. Ill intent, pain, and physicality, baby. That's what we're about.
Let's hear it for Violator.
Raiders.
Let's hear it for Violator, everybody. Let's hear it for Violator. When we come back, we are live at Whiskey Stadium, the Raider Nation Drinking Club, the Black Hole, friends and family here. Again, let's raise a toast for Modelo. Modelo, our proud partner, as we continue on here. When we come back, my conversation with the head coach, Antonio Pierce, it was good. He wasn't messing around. You'll hear that, and then we'll get you to Q Myers at the top of the hour as your boy Q's coming up with a big show. JT from Whiskey Stadium, right across the street from Allegiant Stadium. Come on down for a late lunch. Come on down and experience what we're doing today on the flagship of the Silver and Black.
It's unnecessary roughness.
The discipline of this team, man. I mean, the Ravens have,
Hey, you want to use this going out of break? Or you want to throw to it?
after having 2 penalties a week before. That's really
Understood.
I get a little break now. As always, appreciate you.
Salute.
You can see the excitement and joy. I mean, really just it's too. It's back. You know, we knew when we fourth quarter game. We knew we were some line travel to the court. Because exactly what just let's talk about the travel, the experience, the trainers that we have. The biggest thing I think is meditation too. You're traveling, you're doing something, 5 hours, sitting around. You have that nice kind of great job to take on soft tissue injuries. That's it. I think the most important thing when we're talking about I think this communication and taking is really important. We're talking about it since I actually had to really pick up that one. It's like, some of the coaches, we have some conversations. And like I said, whatever we do, we have to see one particular part of two most important.
How much time we got?
You need adjustments. You're not looking to compete. You're looking
He's going to go to break, right? Tell him to go to break. After this. I want to hear that.
I need a shout out on the song too.
Oh my God.
I'm like chopping up game with JT.
Oh my God. Can you grab a photo for us? Can you grab a photo for us over here? Let's get a big crew.
Contest every day, flying down. It's been recess in Virginia. Damn good, man. It's been recess in Virginia. I'm putting in the vote every day to try to win and to find out. Wow. Vegas, California. Can I get a picture?
Our host. What's up, brother? How you doing? How are you?
How are you, buddy? I couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Are we in break right now? Are we in break?
No, not yet. Still in the interview.
Oh, so good. Hold on. So let's do one more second.
I saw Christian Wilkins on that stunt, and he took 2 with him, and Max was able to come up and said, the professor Max in the studio, because he wants to
It's good, Raven. It's your golf day.
We made it. We made it.
Let's go.
Can't believe you made it. When did you get in?
Got in around a little after 11 or so.
Pretty good. Not a problem. Back in Chicago. Yeah.
Good to see you.
My brother, my older brother.
Yeah, he probably started talking Are you? Okay. Great. And yours? This previous weekend?
Opening week.
I'll see you soon. This is a big deal for everybody with that. Talking shit. I told him Indiana has a better power ranking. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming out.
Real quick, we met you in New Orleans.
We took a picture of you with in New Orleans, but we never got the picture. So now that we are
Where's the picture? Who has it?
I don't know who has it. Tracy, get over here.
That's what I said.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You can do both.
This is Steve's. That's mine. Yep. He's gonna give me a 30 count, so if you have to go look, I'll go get you. Lights up.
Oh, get out of there, man. You gotta go. You're professional. Don't ever miss one recital. No, couple blocks.
Hey, Trick. You guys want to roll now? I'll meet you back at the room. Wait.
All the way down to this one.
Turn me up, big. Yeah, I will.
Is brought to you by Remy Martin. Team up for excellence.
Second and 2 from Michigan to come. Brown switch off the edge over the middle. Myers reaches across and makes the grab at the 26. Mitchell was drilled by Kyle Hamilton right when he threw it, and Montner stretched his whole body across the line to make the grab and a first down on a 9-yard pickup.
Jason Horowitz on the call with music as we're back here on Raider Nation Radio, 9:20 a.m. Hey, everybody, quick announcement. Let's welcome our host, Steve Gomez from Modelo. Yes. Good to see you, brother.
You too, bro.
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
having us. Huh?
Thanks for doing this. Tell me about this setup and the vision to take the Black Hole and to take Modelo and take everyone to this location.
You know what? This has been a long time coming, JT. Obviously, we started this partnership in Oakland about 7-8 years ago. This thing is just blown up as we've developed here in Las Vegas. We switched our brand from Corona into Modelo. Obviously, our partnership with Modelo and the Raiders kind of led this thing together. The Raiders have really embraced this, and it's coming together really, really nice.
So you don't get upset with me when I say Modelo was not the #1 beer in America. Now at the JT the Brick Show, it's the #1 beer in America, man.
Yeah, it's funny. Ever since we started our partnership with you, JT, that's when it happened, man.
This is incredible. So I'm sitting there, I'm at a Canelo fight. There's things happening on the strip, and then you had me up here boxed at the USC game, and I couldn't believe what I saw there with the Modelo branding on the field, on the jumbo boards and all of that. Was that a monumental moment in the history of the company?
Absolutely. Not only was that a monumental moment for our company, it was also the largest crowd in the history of Legion Stadium for that game. Just came out of meetings last week in Chicago, and everybody was super excited about that. We've kind of gone all in now on the college football playoff with Modelo being the sponsor. So we have rights to every one of the major bowl games as we lead into that playoff season for college football.
Unbelievable. Modelo, proud partner not only of college football, but the Raiders.
Absolutely.
And to have and with your history, and I just think it's kind of I don't know that's I was talking to Rilla about it. It's the 3-year anniversary of Rob Rivera passing away today. And I said, what are the odds of the fact that we're doing a home opener remote at a brand new establishment and a partnership with Modelo
and Rob's looking down on us, and we're all here for Rob.
You know what? It's ironic, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
we
is.
all come together and we miss our brother Rob, and I'm just thankful and grateful to be a part of this. And obviously, we want to pay homage to what Rob started way back when, and we want to keep that legacy alive and going.
So what's the future of this brand? You're taking over the world with Modelo. What is next? What can you take us behind the scenes? Because you sent me the email yesterday of the super fans and what this weekend looks like. There's not even a pause. Thank God you got them a limo because they got to go from this to this to this. What is that like to put that together?
You know, it takes a lot of teamwork. So first of all, big shout out to my extended team. It takes a lot of work to put something like that together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the opportunities for us, for partners in the future, it's endless. You know, when you tie the brand together with our marketing, you talk about the mark of a fighter and the fighting spirit, how that ties to the Black Hole, how it ties to the Raiders organization, how it ties to college football, and even, you know, like I said, future opportunities. Some I may not be able to talk about, but, you know, it's endless. It's endless.
Last thing, Shohei Ohtani had the greatest game of all time. All right? Now, I'm a Yankee fan, but I respect greatness. Babe Ruth's never done that. Lou Gehrig's never done it. But your son had a season. Tell everybody what your son accomplished.
I really appreciate the shout out, JT. First year as a professional baseball player in the Pioneer League, played for the Northern Colorado Owls. First player in the history of the Pioneer League to hit 30 home runs and steal 30 bases in 88 games.
Wow.
And I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do that. He's put a lot of hard work in, and we're hoping for good things here in the future.
Well, I think 40-40 is there, but Ohtani 51-51. When you see what, you're a baseball guy. I'm a baseball guy
Absolutely.
too. What Ohtani did last night, so he went 6 for 6, 10 RBIs, but he threw in the 2 stolen bases. So there are going to be guys who hit 3 home runs in a game and get 8 RBI, but to throw in those stolen bases on top of that.
You know what? That's the hardest part of it, because when you're stealing bases, the situation dictates when you run, right? What's that pitcher's time from home plate, you know, from the mound to home plate? Is he a righty? Is he a lefty? What's the situation? How many outs are there? That all plays into it. So you got to be in the right situation at the right time to steal bags. It's easier to hit home runs.
Thanks for everything that you do and Modelo does for me. I appreciate it.
Right back at you, brother. I appreciate this partnership more than you know.
You got it. Let's hear it for Steve Gomez, man. Our host. We don't have this today without our guy. We greatly appreciate that. You're the best. Absolutely the best. Look at that. He's got the gear for me, man. The Modelo gear. My dad, I always say this because my dad might be watching. My dad says, "You get paid to drink Modelo?" I go, "Yeah, man. I get paid to drink Modelo." So we appreciate that. 702-365-9200 is the number as we continue on. Danny is in Vancouver. My guy Danny's checking in. How are you, Danny?
Hey, JT, how you guys doing?
Couldn't be better.
I'm calling here from Vancouver. I was listening to your show today from this WSKY Stadium. I see that you guys have all the fun. I'm here in my car with YouTube Modelo honoring you guys, even though we're a few hours away.
Well, I appreciate you checking in, man. And it's weird that you're calling. My wife is in Vancouver Island, British Columbia. She went up there with a girlfriend. She went to the Yankees the other day, and she came back and said, "Oh, my God, I've never seen a spot like that." And as you know, I was just up in Vancouver. First time in my life. I can't believe it took so long to get there. It's one of the most gorgeous cities I've ever been to. I'm going to continue to go back. The passion that I met from the fans. I was there for Canadian soccer. I saw the Rolling Stones here, as you know. What a great city.
They're coming down, but that comment on YouTube when he was talking to Crosby, and he used the term "broke it out." I just thought that was the greatest. It just gave me the impression that he was just ready to sort of let it loose a bit, you know, and sort of get out of control.
Well, good to hear from you. Give me a prediction of the game. You got a score for me? There are a lot of Raider fans off the reservation. We're talking 45-3 and all that. I'm not going down that way. Good to talk to you, Danny. Thanks for checking in. All right, let me get Epic Raider in here, man. We have another guy. So I like when we can bring in new fans, and I know they were a while, but here's another one that we have. And again, what I love, you can have your Modelo. You can have your Modelo up here for our YouTube JT the Brick YT live stream. There you go. You get the headset on. We're doing radio. We're live. We'll get that up there. So Epic Raider. So, you know, we got Raider Rob. We got Raider Mike. We got Gorilla Rilla. We got Violator. How'd you come up with the name Epic Raider? Just Win Wendy. Just Win Wendy. How'd you come up with that name?
Well, it comes from the way I paint cars. I did some Spartan running and did real good. But my last name's Epstein, and my boys just started calling me Epic. So I transferred it over, and it's epic, you know. Turned it into my name.
You know something? I've been around for all of these great names in the modern history of the Raiders. I think we found a great new one, Epic Raider, with your own gear and your own shirt. Look at this.
Hey, I'm feel blessed just to be here, man.
And you paint cars for them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We paint the
So
sickest
like
cars.
you're talking about an Antonio Pierce type of Impala paint job?
Exactly, man. I'll tell you what. If I had the chance to do a spray on my AP's car, I could wow it.
So if I convince my wife to take one of our vehicles and make it the JT the Brick Mobile, we can do this?
I give you my business card. Bring it in, man. I'm telling you. We do everything from Mustang to Ferrari, but you know, that's my passion, painting cars and stuff, customs and stuff.
Thanks for coming out.
Hey, thanks for
that's
having
your
us.
wife?
That's my beautiful wife, Miss Epic. This is Epic.
You got it. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up with Mark Jones from the Black Hole, and then I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to start having my bucket of Modelo's, and I'm going to thank everybody before we wrap it up on the other side. Bobby's running the show back there. We'll do a quick segment to wrap it up on the other side. We are live from WSKY Stadium here, man. We're going to wrap it up. Modelo. Thanks to the Black Hole. Thanks to everybody for showing up here. One more segment coming up here from WSKY Stadium as we continue on the flagship of the Silver and Black. This is Raider Nation Radio 920.
Woo! Raiders!
The morning tailgate, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Raider Nation Radio 920 a.m.
Let's go all day, every day.
It's not about the injury, it's about the recovery.
With Gators bonus. It's why you play the game.
Get ready to raid the pubs this football season at BT's Gold, BT's Place, Great American Pub, and Sierra Gold. Enjoy ice cold $4 pints of Coors Light, coffee, chicken, and $5 pints of Modelo. Plus game day food starting at just $2. Call 253 Raider Nation Radio 920 at various BT's Tavern locations on game days. For the champ, turn free tickets to catch Vegas at Legion Stadium with $100 Legion Walker and $100 Uber card. 18 very well throughout the game. More help for football and fun is at BT's Gold, BT's Place, Great American Pub, and Sierra Gold.
Hello, Las Vegas. I'm Tony Smith, General Manager of Puma Kia. Right now, it's a new 2024 Kia Forte LXS, which is $199.
Oh, man, that's right, man.
That's just
Get me ready for Sunday, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
BT's Taverns is your go-to spot for all the Vegas football this September. Kick off the season
season with unbeatable food and drink specials for just $5. Plus, ask your partners how you can score a custom PT's Taverns football jersey just by playing with your True Rewards card. With over 70 taverns, there's always a location near you. To find your neighborhood tavern and kick off football season with PT's, visit PT'staverns.com. That's PT'staverns.com today. This sentence is just to by non-renewable personal injury offering. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. And now that serves as a powerful reminder of all steps we all must take in looking after loved ones, particularly in our community, and also being impacted by the cerebral palsy death. If you feel like you need help, please call or text the National Suicide Hotline 24/7 to 988. That's 988. This service carries messages brought to you by non-renewable and funded best personal injury offering. 702-877-1511.
Cheers, JT. Thank you. Thank you. All appreciate you.
When we get back.
Is opening the door to provide all of us with opportunities. Safe Streets help you get where you need to go. So right now, so never be closed. Just like how you afford to feed yourselves. During your time now, you're getting caught. 872 is equal
The JT the Brick Show is brought to you by Lily Martin. Team up for excellence.
And the pitch count, the show, watch out. And Schmidt hits the dragon. This goes
Tim Everett, my longtime friend on the call on Dodgers Radio. JT, back with you as we continue. I'm going to wrap up the show with Mark Jones, the head of the Black Hole, and thanks for your partnership. Thanks for everything you do. And man, you just told me all the clubs are coming in. This is not a trap game. This is a home opener.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a home opener. I think you said it best this week on your show that this is not a trap game. It's a home opener. The table's set here, and the fan base, everybody is ready to go. The team's ready to go. The March to Victory starts. We're going to usher in a whole new tradition here, so we're super, super excited.
I want everybody to know who's watching on our YouTube feed and listening on the Raiders flagship. What is this March to Victory all about?
So the March to Victory is basically something that we put together. It's kind of our gift to the city of Las Vegas, to the Raiders organization, more importantly to Coach Pierce and the Raiders players. It's a way for us all to come together as fans and show our unity, show that basically, hey, we are here. We're planting a flag in the ground, and we are relentless and working towards getting that home field advantage back. So, you let us take care of getting that home field advantage back, and the team and Coach Pierce can work on getting us back to the Super Bowl.
So blackhole.com for a lifetime membership.
Yeah, the blackhole.com. We have lifetime memberships there. All the events that are going on in town, everything you need to know is on that website.
Give me the final score.
Final score, it's going to be a big score, I'm telling you. I see the Raiders scoring over 30 points in this. I don't see the Panthers scoring more than 9 points. I don't think there's going to be a touchdown scored by the Panthers in this game, period.
Even with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton?
I don't care. You're going to have the Red Rocket, the Dream Rocket, whoever. Put anyone in there. This game, again, this is a different, we're ushering in a different era of Raider football here. This is the Raider way people get used to it. It's here. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
So let's go, baby! Eye Candy Party Saturday night, Mandalay Bay. Just get everybody to Eye Candy.
Everybody come out for some fellowship. Listen, even if you don't have a ticket to the game, come on down to Mandalay Bay on Saturday
1
night
minute.
for the eye candy party down there. It's a great way to have some fellowship, have some fun with Raider fans. We got a lot going on Sunday. Come down and march with us. It's going to be great.
Right, stand up with me. Hey, everybody, I want to thank everybody at Whiskey. I want to thank the Black Hole. I want to thank everybody who is here. Let's thank everybody at Whiskey Stadium. Let's thank the Black Hole. And most importantly, Modelo. Let's hear it later. What a legendary remote. Thank you, my brother. Good to see you. Thank you on YouTube. Thanks to everyone. Appreciate you all. Let's get a win. Q Myers is coming up next. He's got a monster show as early. I'm going to have my bucket of Modelo's, and I'll see you at the Torch for the pregame show on Sunday. Have a great
10.
weekend, everybody.
Right on.